Fill in the blanks. Question number 1. Here we have to compare bond angle. So bond angle of CO2 is maximum, then CH4, and then H2O. Bond angle of CO2 is 180 degree. Bond angle of CH4 is 109 degree 28 minute, while bond angle in H2O is approximately 1.5 degree. Question number 2. Hydrogen can form hydrogen bond only with nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. So in given molecules, only these molecules can form hydrogen bond, because in these molecules hydrogen is attached with oxygen. This hydrogen and this hydrogen, both hydrogen are attached with oxygen. So this hydrogen bond can be formed between these molecules. Question number 3. N2 has this structure, N triple bond N. So in this we have 1 sigma and 2 pi bond. Question number 4. Now NH4 positive has tetrahedral structure like this. So in this structure we have 4 sigma bond and 0 lone pair. So hybridization should be sp3. Question number 5. Carbon has 4 valence electrons. Now C positive will have only 3 valence electron. So all these 3 valence electron can form bond with hydrogen. So we have 0 lone pair and 3 sigma bond. So total hybrid orbital is 3, or we can say the hybridization here is sp2, that is geometry and shape is trigonal planar. Question number 6. Diborane or B2H6 has this structure. So structure in B2H6 is bridge bond structure. In this, these bridge bond are called banana bond. This banana bond is also called 3 center 2 electron bond, while these terminal bond are 2 center 2 electron bond. Question number 7. Now bond order of N2 is 3. Bond order of N2 positive is 2.5. Bond order of O2 is 2. Bond order of O2 positive is 2.5. So if we compare bond length, then N2 positive has a smaller bond order, that's why its bond length is longer than N2. Similarly, if we compare O2 and O2 positive, here O2 has a smaller bond order, so its bond length will be longer. Question number 8. In N2O we have N triple bond N, then lone pair of nitrogen will form coordinate bond with oxygen such that octet of both nitrogen and oxygen is completed. Now we do not have any lone pair on nitrogen, so it has 2 sigma bond and 0 lone pair. So obviously hybridization is sp and shape is linear. Now if we talk about SO2, then SO2 is V bent because it has lone pair. If we talk about I3 positive, so in I3 positive, iodine has 7 valence electron. I positive will have 6 valence electron. Out of these 6 valence electron, 2 will be used to form bond with iodine. So we will have 4 remaining electrons, that is 2 lone pair. So in this case we have 2 lone pair and 2 sigma bond, means sp3 hybridization, but shape will be V bend. Geometry will be tetrahedral, but because of 2 lone pair, shape will be V bend. Now in the case of I3 negative, we have 3 lone pair and 2 sigma bond. Now it is sp3d, and sp3d has trigonal bipyramidal geometry, but these 3 lone pair will be at equatorial position. That's why it is linear in shape. So in this question only 2 molecules are linear, one is N2O, the other is I3 negative. Now true false question number 1. So on the overlapping of 2 p orbital linearly, or we can say axial overlapping, so when 2 p orbitals are overlapped axial, then sigma bond is formed. If it is lateral, then pi bond will be formed. Question number 2. Now it is not necessary that if a molecule has polar bonds, then it is polar molecule, or we can say the molecule will have dipole moment. Because for example, if we take CO2 and SO3, in both case these bonds are polar, but mu net of both is 0. Question number 3. In SnCl2, Sn has 4 valence electron, out of which 2 electrons are used to form sigma bond. So we have 2 sigma bond and 2 remaining electron, that is 1 lone pair. So 2 sigma bond and 1 lone pair means hybridization is sp2, and with 1 lone pair the shape will be V bend. So it is obviously non-linear molecule. Question number 4. In benzene C6H6, hybridization is sp2. So only 2 p orbitals are used in hybridization. Question number 5. In sp3 hybridization, percentage S character is 1 by 4 into 100, that is 25, while percentage P character is 3 by 4 into 100, that is 75. Question number 6. Now as discussed in question number 2, it is not necessary that if a molecule has polar bond, then the molecule will have non-zero dipole moment. For example, CO2 and SO3 both have polar bond, but dipole moment of both is 0. Question number 7. Now here we have to compare dipole moment of CH3F and CH3Cl. Both have 3 CH bond, so we just have to compare dipole moment of CF and CCl bond. Now because of electronegativity, CF bond should have greater dipole moment compared to CCl bond, but dipole moment is Q into D, and Q is because of electronegativity, while D is bond length. So generally Q dominates, or we can say electronegativity dominates, but in this case bond length dominates. So because of bond length, dipole moment of CCl bond should be greater than CF bond, because bond length of CCl bond is greater than bond length of CF bond.